don't believe he'd be adored the way he is by the Madrid faithful. I just don't believe they would be behind him in that way. The standards would be too high, but that's just my opinion. Time to bring out the panel now. We've got Hussam coming on. Strasbourg Steve is going to be with us, or Bayern Munich Steve. We really should be calling him tonight. One of the 12,972 clubs that he supports. Saad joining us as well. Man like Mo will be on the channel momentarily with us as well. Welcome back, gentlemen. An entertaining night of football. Sam, give us your thoughts, mate.
I think this was a Champions League special right here. This was an absolutely incredible game of football. Generally, this was just a very good game of football. How we'd expect the Champions League semi-final to be. Thank God there were 4 goals, sorry, for us as neutrals. I know Steve is the only one here who supports any of the clubs watching, but as neutrals, we watched today. There were 4 goals. I think it's very interesting how people are very selective with their criticism, Terry. And I know exactly what you're referring to at the start. Maybe you're talking about, the likes of Don or whatever with their crazy criticisms of the likes of Mo Salah, stuff like that. And you're very right, because I feel like picking out on Bellingham and Kane today is just weird. I don't think Harry Kane necessarily did anything wrong today. I actually think he was very effective. The most dangerous chance of the game was created 44 seconds into the game. And it was Harry Kane through ball to Leroy Sané, who should have scored that to begin with. But Leroy Sané obviously scored the good goal. It was a very good goal, to be honest with you. Very good goal. Sané scored that goal. So everyone's just sat here expecting to just Leroy Sané was incredible, blah, blah, blah. I actually think Leroy Sané was the guy that really had a bad game in terms of overall, because there were so many times, so many opportunities for him where he should have just done more, taken more chances, etc. From Real Madrid's perspective, if you would have given them a draw away at the Allianz in a Champions League semi-final, they would have taken it. So they've done their job. This is just a typical Real Madrid performance, relying on individuals. I think they defended really well. Real Madrid, this is their competition because they have all the intangibles, Terry. The stuff that whenever Terry speaks about, people get rattled, like the mindset and the mentality and all that. Lucas Vazquez, his smartest play was in the 82nd. It was in the 92nd minute when he got a yellow card for just stopping Alphonso Davies. Alphonso Davies looked at him, ran against him, and he's like, "This guy has 150 km/h top speed. I ain't trying to get involved. Let me just foul him." It's just smart stuff like that get you over the line, that get you over the edge. I think Vinicius Jr. I mean, obviously, Ballon d'Or conversation is going to keep getting brought up, and we're going to keep talking about Ballon d'Or and stuff like that. For me, forget what will happen, because I already have a feeling that if France win the Euros, Mbappe is going to win it regardless of whatever happens in this competition. But if we assume, for the sake of argument, that England win the Euros, then I think whichever team out of these two make it to the final, they'll have the player winning the Ballon d'Or, meaning whether it be a Kane, whether it be a Bellingham on the other side. Now, Madrid's PR is crazy. We all know this. The Madrid PR for certain players is just insane. So it might be, I'm not saying who I think should win it. Who I think should win it for me is Vinny Jr. And today he proved it, because Vinicius Jr. is just incredible. That guy on the ball, off the ball, his shooting, his dribbling, there is nothing. I just look at Vinicius and there is nothing I think that is missing in his game. He has everything. He literally has everything. He's just a complete forward. Everything that you want. GA, crossing, shooting, everything is there. Rodrigo alongside him as well is very important. Very important role today for the team. So this was the Champions League all-time classic, 2-2 in a semi-final. Fantastic game of football. And it was very entertaining for us neutrals. And obviously, this is just advantage Real Madrid. Because let's be real, second leg at the Bernabeu with a 2-2 draw. There's no more away goals, That's the only positive from Bayern Munich's perspective. But yeah, I think Madrid are most likely 60-70% through to the final already.
I'm going to say something that might trigger people if they support Manchester City or Barcelona. Do you feel that this is how what games like tonight is maybe how football will go back to when Pep's no longer managing? And that's not a dig at Pep. It just felt like both teams. I'm not saying both teams. We know Real Madrid are amazing. We know Bayern Munich really are very good. But this felt like old school Champions League where either team could win. Where we've got to a point. This is not a dig at Pep. I'm praising how good Pep's teams are. But whenever you're up against a Pep team, you generally know one team's going to have a lot of the ball and probably win. or they're going to nick it. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm talking.
Yes, you're right.
No, can I translate what you just said? Thank God we don't have to watch boring City in the Champions League where we have to watch pass left, pass right, pass left, pass right. We're actually watching a team go forward, and then the team get the ball and go forward at them, and it's actually a end-to-end game. We're not watching a one-sided game where you literally have one team that's got majority of the possession. They're just going for the goal and they're just peppering the team. And all of a sudden, the team might get a counter-attack and they might get a goal off of that. But we're actually watching a good game. I think.
Are you saying? Are you saying Man City are boring?
Yes.
Yes. Very boring.
Well, don't do that.
Hold on. But you support Arsenal, and you guys are trying to copy Man City.
Yeah, listen. If as long as we win, I don't care what we look.
There you are.
As long as we win, I don't care what we look like. As long as we win, I don't care what we look like.
And I'm not having a go at Pep here. I would love Pep to manage Man United still. I would love to dominate all the games like that. I'd love to kill off our opposition. I don't want the games being a spectacle in that way when it's my team. I'm purely talking from a neutral standpoint. And I know that there's probably been more games like this. It was just an observation that I made that this just felt a little bit more old school in some respect. And look, I think it's knowing that City are also out of the competition, and tomorrow's game is going to be similar, and the final is going to be similar. And I just feel like it's been a while. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Thank you so much.
No, there's nothing you're saying that's crazy.
Yeah, no, he's not great. This is it. But the problem is, if you tell City fans this, they get annoyed. Even though we're praising their team, though, bro, like even we're praising their team, we're telling you guys, you play the most dominant football. You win the majority of the games. It's very good. I wish Pep would join my team, but they don't understand the neutral point of view at all. And they don't want to hear it, as they never had a Mancini before. They never had a Pellegrini, as they only watched Pep and they only grew up on Pep. Well, the majority of them have watched Mancini, ping pong football as well, and Pellegrini, who were not dominant. But they don't want to hear it. You know why they don't want to hear it? Because when you tell them this, no, but we're the most exciting team. You're the best team. You aren't the most exciting team. You're just the best team. It's not a dig at them. I wish Pep would manage my team.
I don't mean it as a dig. Listen, I respect Floyd Mayweather and how brilliant he was. I didn't enjoy a lot of his fights because of the way he fought, and it was not easy for him, but it wasn't what I enjoy. And McAveer here with the comments said two things. First one, he said it's because it was two sort of more old school managers who don't have a sort of set style of play, which is probably true to a certain extent. And VAR didn't get involved tonight. So maybe that's playing in the back of my mind as well. We just saw 90 minutes of football. We will